Welcome to your next lesson on your wedding rings. Now, this is one of my favorite topics to discuss because many moons ago I became certified in diamond grading from the Geological Institute of America in New York City, where after I turned my love for gold, diamonds, and event planning and helping others into gold parties. One party quickly turned into hundreds and I was featured on CNN for the parties. I absolutely loved buying gold and diamonds for a while, and it taught me a lot of the ins and outs of the various precious metals. So excuse me if I go all nerd on you for a minute, but I wanted to share a little bit of my expertise with you to help guide you on the right path when it comes to this step in your planning process where you're ready to purchase your wedding rings. So in this lesson, we'll go over the different types of metals, the style and settings, the fit, the width, the finish, and the cost. The different types of metals. When it comes to gold, the most common types of gold you have to choose from are white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold. White gold is achieved by adding nickel or palladium to the gold. Yellow gold will usually be mixed with metals such as silver, palladium, platinum, and nickel to make it sturdier. And pink or rose gold is made by adding more copper in the alloy composition of the gold. Old gold wedding bands generally range from 10 carat to 22 carats in gold, and speaking of carats, let's discuss those for a minute or two. In order for gold to be used for jewelry, you must combine it with other metals like silver, zinc, nickel, and other alloys to make it more durable to wear. There must be a gold to metal additive ratio. So when we talk about carats, we talk about the percentage of gold that is combined with other metals in the piece of jewelry. The jewelry essentially is made up of a percentage of gold, and the remaining percentage are different metal alloys added to give you more hardness and durability to the gold. Gold ranges in carats from 9 to 24, with 24 karat gold being made up of 99.9% gold. In the chart below, you will see the percentage of gold and its carat equivalent. Now, I will not go that far into 9 karat gold, besides it has a 37.5% purity, and this is because here in the United States, the minimum standard for gold is 10 carats. So that is the lowest purity of gold you will be able to purchase. 10 karat gold contains more alloy than gold. It has 41% gold and 58.3% metal alloys. 10 karat gold is a good choice for people looking for the best price. 14 karat gold being the most popular choice, nearly 90% of all wedding rings and engagement rings sold in the United States consist of 14 karat gold. Why is it so popular? 14 karat gold contains 58.5% gold and is the perfect compromise as it's still quite durable and will not easily tarnish. 18 karat gold consists of 75% gold, and among commonly sold gold metals, it has the highest amount of gold. You won't usually find gold rings beyond 18 karat because they tend to get scratches and deformations way too easily. 18 karat is typically used for high-end jewelry like diamond engagement rings, and obviously 18 karat gold is the most expensive, but it's also the one that's least likely to tarnish. It is, however, more prone to being affected by everyday use as it is a softer material. Coins and bars are mostly bought of 24 karat gold purity. 24 karat gold is also used in electronics and medical devices. Usually you won't be able to find 24 karat gold rings. This is simply because pure gold is a soft metal that tends to bend and scratch very easily. This makes pure gold quite impractical for everyday wear. Pure gold rings do exist, but they're usually used for ceremonial purposes. They are worn very seldom so that they don't get used up quickly. Cobalt wedding bands are crafted with a super strong metal that combines an amazingly high level of durability with the bright, reflective look of white gold. Cobalt is a pure element and is classified as a transition metal. Most cobalt chrome alloys that are used to create wedding bands are made with a mixture of cobalt, chromium, tungsten, and a small amount of molybdenum, carbon, iron, magnesium, and silicone. The majority of cobalt chrome wedding ring designers use this alloy formula for their rings, but it's possible to find cobalt wedding bands made with nickel, which might be an issue for anyone with an allergy to nickel. Cobalt looks the most like white gold. Sometimes the look of cobalt chrome rings is compared to platinum, but cobalt chrome is a touch lighter than platinum. Palladium is a white precious metal and part of the platinum group of metals, popular for its natural white color which does not tarnish or require replating. It's affordable in comparison to platinum and is a great low-maintenance durable metal. Platinum is a rare and expensive precious metal. It's the most popular choice for wedding and engagement rings due to its hardness, rarity, and natural white sheen that never loses color or fades. Platinum rings are 95% pure, which means they are heavy, strong, and naturally hypoallergenic. If you want a ring that will last a lifetime and you have the budget, platinum is a great choice. Silver has been used for the longest time in jewelry making. It's popular within jewelry and is very malleable and one of the most inexpensive precious metals. It's important to note, however, that silver will tarnish and scratch more easily than other metals. If you do decide to purchase a silver ring, ask your jeweler to plate it with rhodium so that it will not tarnish as quickly. Stainless steel is a good metal for those with a small budget. It's relatively strong and durable, so ideal for a wedding ring. It is hypoallergenic and scratch resistant. Tantalum. Rare, pure, and strong, tantalum is dense, shatterproof, and extremely malleable, characteristics that set it apart from other contemporary metals. In its natural state, tantalum is a beautiful gray with a bluish tint, but a special patent-pending ceramic glaze is applied to it when used as jewelry to give the metal a matte black look and enhance its scratch resistance. Tantalum is an inert metal, which means that it does not react to most chemicals and does not dissolve in acid. It is also hypoallergenic and heat resistant and is widely used in surgical and dental equipment. Titanium is incredibly strong and durable in comparison to other metals such as gold. It is distinguished by its darker color and lighter weight. It's also hypoallergenic, making it perfect for those with sensitivities to wearing jewelry. Tungsten carbide is an exceptionally strong, scratch-resistant, and hypoallergenic metal. It does not tarnish and is substantially heavier in weight when compared to other metals. It is important to note, however, that if a tungsten ring is dropped or severely knocked on a hard surface, it can cause the ring to fracture and break. Zirconium is very similar to titanium in strength and weight. Zirconium is a gray-white, lustrous metal with all the same hypoallergenic qualities as titanium, and when it is heated, it forms a deep, silky black oxide coating that is scratch-resistant, known as black zirconium. Now let's go over the different styles and settings. There are typically 3 types of styles that accompany wedding bands. There are plain bands, diamond bands, and gemstone bands. Plain wedding bands have no embellishments, are timeless and classic. Traditional and comfortable, plain wedding bands in 14 karat, 18 karat, palladium, and platinum match everything. A channel setting inserts diamonds or other gemstones into a channel within the ring. The stones run in a straight line, one after the other, which creates a flawless, smooth look with no metal separating the set stones. The channel setting is particularly popular with women's wedding bands, eternity rings, and engagement rings. The diamonds in this setting are well protected, creating a spectacular sparkle and are convenient for women with active lifestyles. The pros of a channel setting are that it securely holds the diamond and protects it from outside forces. It enhances the ring's sparkle with side stones along the band. It achieves a sharp design without losing stability, and it's unlikely to snag on clothes and other materials. Now, the cons of a channel setting are that they tend to require more time and effort with cleaning, as dirt can become trapped in the channels. They can be challenging to repair and resize due to numerous channels, and it is possible the channels will become bent or misaligned, or that the side stones will loosen during the repair process. And they may hide diamonds slightly more than prong settings. Surface prong rings have a base metal underneath the stones and beads of prongs added to the top to hold the stones. The rails that the diamonds sit on are similar to that of the channel setting. The shared prong setting features a row of diamonds without a metal border to allow maximum light, reflection, and sparkle. In prong set diamond rings, all you see is diamond brilliance. Now, the pros of a prong set ring is that it elevates the diamond, making it more prominent and noticed, enables significant light to pass through the diamond, increasing the stone's brilliance and fire. It complements and supports a variety of diamond shapes and sizes, simple to clean and maintain, offers a classic, timeless look. Now, the cons of a prong setting are that it can snag on clothing, furniture, and other materials, especially if high set, meaning a lower set prong may be best for those with an active lifestyle. Another con of a shared prong setting is that it may loosen with wear, so I would recommend having the prongs inspected at least every 2 years to ensure the stones remain secure. The bar setting uses a thin bar of metal to hold the stones in place on both sides. Most commonly seen in wedding rings, a bar set band uses metal bars to separate each stone. A setting technique where the diamond or gemstones are secured between two parallel bars visible between the stones while the sides of the gem remain open. Bar settings are similar to channel settings, but the difference is that channel settings enclose the diamond on all sides, whereas the bar setting leaves the diamond exposed on two sides, held in place by the metal bars that secure the stones on the other two sides. This setting can complement a center stone or stand alone for an impressive wedding band or stackable ring. Some pros of a bar setting are that it offers better visibility to diamonds than a channel setting due to there being less metal. They function as a stackable ring, simple band, or one with a stunning center stone. They securely hold stones in place with metal bars and amplify the sparkle as stones are more exposed. Some cons of a bar setting are they're slightly less secure than a channel setting, resizing can be more challenging or costly, and because the stones are less protected by metal, there is a slightly higher chance of some of the stones chipping. Many women gravitate towards scalloped pave diamonds. This style features rounded cutouts on the sides of the band, which minimize the amount of visible precious metal to create an effect of pure shimmer. Fishtail. Here, the small diamonds that line the shank are held together and separated by small cutouts in the metal that are in the shape of small V's. The way that the diamonds are set in this style of ring setting gives the illusion of more sparkle and larger diamonds. The term pave comes from the French word meaning paved or cobblestoned. Literally paving a ring surface with diamonds, a pave ring sparkles but still allows the design to be subtle. The technique involves creating tiny beads or prongs from the surrounding metal to hold the diamonds in place. Designs that use Many very small diamonds or gemstones are known as micropave. A similar setting style to that of the channel is the pave setting. Almost identical in appearance, the only difference between the two is that instead of having a single row of stones, the pave setting stone holds multiple rows of stones together in unison, giving the effect of the jewelry literally being paved with gemstones, hence the name. Although popular in many ways, one disadvantage of the invisible setting, such as the channel or pave, is that the ring may provide to be difficult to resize at a later date due to the high quantity of stones, often almost completely surrounding the band. Diamonds are said to be pave set when they are as small as 0.01 to 0.02 carats, and any smaller than that would be called micropave. Consisting of a metal rim surrounding the stone to keep it in place, bezel set jewelry is one of the oldest types of settings. If you're interested in opting for a more traditional look, then this type of setting may be something to consider. Although popular in many ways, a downside of the setting is the expense you will need to fork out to get your hands on one of these beautiful pieces. They are much more expensive to create than prong or claw set jewelry because the rim surrounding the stone must fit perfectly in shape and size. This also means that more metal is required, which contributes to a higher cost. The tension setting is named for the tension of the metal band that secures the diamond in place. The result is that the diamond appears suspended between the two sides of the shank. With the help of lasers used to calibrate the exact dimensions of the diamond, a jeweler expertly cuts tiny grooves into the sides of the band or shank so that the diamond or other precious stone is literally held by the pressure of the custom designed metal band pushing into the sides of the stone. In a flush setting, the diamonds are sunk into holes so that they are flush with the surrounding metal surface. Also known as a gypsy setting, a jeweler sets the diamond into a drilled hole in the band of the ring so that the diamonds sit flush with the band of the ring. This type of setting is a popular choice for wedding bands, especially men's wedding bands, as the diamond sits securely in the band of the ring and is therefore highly protected from chipping or falling out. The diamonds on the edge of an invisible setting are held in by metal, but all of the stones with no metal touching are held in by the metal underneath the stones and grooves that are cut into the stones. This style is very difficult to set, and many jewelers will not do invisible settings or will not repair them. Although it can be beautiful to not see any metal, keep in mind if a stone ever falls out, it may be difficult to repair. Now let's go over the wedding band's fit. The court profile is the most traditional shape. The rounded inside and out means that it will sit comfortably as it beds into the finger. The flat profile is exactly how it sounds, flat on all surfaces inside and out. The result is a chunky style with a nice heavy feel. Similar to the flat profile, the flat court, however, has a curved inner edge for a comfortable fit. The flat court still attains the look of the flat profile when on the finger, but much easier to wear if you're not used to wearing rings. A flat-sided court wedding ring is rounded on the inside and outside like the traditional court, however, has flat sides and a less domed profile. This means that they appear a bit deeper when on the finger and also weigh a little more than the traditional court wedding ring. The flat-sided court is a popular choice to sit alongside most engagement rings. D-shape is another very traditional option, popular with both men and women. Flat on the inside and round on the outside, providing a comfortable shape which sits close to the finger and is less likely to snag while appearing substantial on the finger. Halo profile wedding rings are perfectly round when viewed as a cross section. This is one of the most classic profiles as it was one of the easiest designs to make when people began to wear wedding rings. The concave fit is definitely a profile for those looking for something unique and interesting. The rounded interior face is comfortable to wear, and the concave exterior adds interest to simple rings. And lastly, the double comfort profile was designed for the ultimate comfort and an unobtrusive design with a contemporary style. Bandwidth. Here you can see bands range from 2.5 millimeters up to 8, 9, 10 millimeters. It simply depends on how thick you want the band on your finger. Now to go over the finish. Polished finished rings are the most common finishes on rings and jewelry. This type of finish is very shiny and reflective. You should be able to clearly see your reflection in the ring. For those who like their ring to be noticed, this finish is an excellent option. The drawback to this style is that scratches are easily noticed on polished finished rings. Please note, polished tungsten rings are highly scratch resistant and maintain their shine unlike any other metal. Millgrain is a designed row of tiny beads along the edge of the ring, where matte is a non-reflective finish with no transparent texture. The ring's surface would have to be finely scratched to create a misty look, more of a soft matte finish for those who don't want their rings so shiny. The hammered finish is a type of finish that's quite popular with men who prefer a non-shiny finish and want something unique. The texture of this finish is a dimpled look that looks like a hammer was used to pound each dimple on the surface of the ring, thus the name of the finish. This finish is usually two finishes in one. First, it is hammered, then a satin finish is applied to the hammered finish so it will not be reflective. A sandblasted finish is a very noticeable and coarse finish. You can definitely feel this finish at the tip of your fingers. Sandblasted rings have a slightly grainy feel and are the perfect fit for anyone interested in textured finishes. And last but not least, the stardust finish is a sparkling effect whereby the ring appears with a part polished and part sandblasted surface, giving the appearance of stardust. Now to go over the average costs. The average cost of your wedding rings is about $1,975 for both wedding bands, whereas the bride's ring costs about $1,500 and the groom's around $500. The standard size for a wedding band is usually about 3 millimeters, and as you can see, it'll range from $1,599 in stainless steel to up to $550 in platinum. So, what's trending right now in wedding rings? Tattoo rings, vintage rings, rose gold rings, and eternity rings. And finally, let's go over some tips to save on your wedding rings. First, start small and you can always upgrade the ring later. You'll want to choose a metal that will last. Shop at an independent jeweler or on Etsy, a Facebook marketplace, or Craigslist. When you think of jewelers, you probably think of big names first, like Kay's, Tiffany's, Zales, etc. While there's nothing wrong with shopping at one of these established names, you'll find they won't save you any money. It's easy to want to go with one of these companies because you know they're reputable. However, you'll quickly see that their prices are sky high. Sometimes you'll pay up to double the price you would at a local jeweler. That being said, you might want to consider shopping locally or at less known name stores. As long as you do proper research and shop around before purchasing, you should still receive a quality wedding ring. And last, compromise on the 4 C's. Go with a different color. The color of a diamond gets graded on a scale from D to Z, with D being the most pristine and colorless and Z being slightly yellow in color. If you're open to choosing a diamond grade below F, you'll still find a nearly colorless or even one that's color is unnoticeable to the naked eye diamond that'll cost you a lot less than one graded above that. Compromise on the clarity. Another easy way to save money is to compromise on the clarity of your diamond. Imperfections in the stone or inclusions can alter the price of your ring significantly. Diamonds are usually classified as having a VS1, VS2, or SI1, SI2 clarity. Those classified as VS diamonds are going to be much pricier. For the most part, unless the diamond is extremely low quality, you won't be able to see inclusions with the naked eye. So instead of splurging for the VS diamonds, go with an SI instead. It'll be just as beautiful and you still won't be able to see anything. Of course, always ensure that inclusions don't damage the diamond's structural integrity. And compromise on the carat. One last flaw you can save money on is size. Why pay the price for a full carat when you can purchase a diamond that's a tad less for so much cheaper? Instead of a full carat, consider purchasing a diamond at 0.95 or 0.85 a carat. These two are so similar in size to a full carat diamond that no one, except maybe a jeweler with an eye for it, will ever know the difference. Among the flaws to compromise, just remember to never go for a lesser quality cut. You may not notice the difference at first, but over time, you'll have a diamond that barely shines.